Hi, Miss B in class, and this is our last speech, so I want to make it a good one. As a person who spoke to classrooms for almost 6 years, I thought I had overcome all of the fears and obstacles there were to public speaking, but I have now realized that the fear is most definitely still there. Speaking to a camera is nothing like speaking to a live audience. There's no feedback, there's no focusing on individual audience members, and there's no pretending that they're naked. The number one thing I've learned is to know the material. I know that when we speak, we have to know what it is we're talking about. And I don't mean just understanding what it is we're speaking about. We have to have a plan, we have to have an outline, or index cards. Organization is everything when we put together a speech. Another thing I learned through my own independent research, you're giving a speech, you expect people to be able to listen and learn. But that's only one part of the learning experience. You have to provide good visuals. You have to be able to have things for them to read. And believe it or not, if you can make someone do something, like measuring things, which was what I did with the golden ratio exercise, those types of learning modes, if you address them in a good speech, then what you're doing is you're making sure that every type of learner all get addressed in a good speech. You need note cards, you need outlines, but you don't need a script. A word-by-word script is absolutely useless unless you've memorized it. We have to practice this material over and over and over again until we have it down pat. I think we also need to learn good production values. Having little visuals that pop in, having good audio, having good lighting. All of that is very key when you put together a good speech. Another thing this class has done for me is it's woken up my conversational voice, the ability to speak without being so formal. We're having a conversation right now, it's just that I'm the one doing all the talking. I definitely need to inject humor and personal stories into my speeches. Establishing credibility is key. And being able to modulate my tone, emoting, being able to speak with volume and gestures. Heck, you should be speaking with your whole body when you do a speech. Being able to get right in there and talk to someone, and they understand what it is that you find important just by moving your hands or talking to the screen. That's important. And one of the things I've taken away from this class is confidence. The ability to speak to you and be able to feel that you are actually listening to what I'm saying, that's so key. And it's so important when we put together a speech. Here's my personal story for this speech. My back is killing me right now. I have to make sure that I stand for these speeches. I will say that it makes the speeches that much harder to do. And finally, I want to thank you guys for listening to my speeches. My advice to everyone out there is to listen to yourself and fall in love with the sound of your own voice, and you're going to be successful at speaking.